Image types vary. There's basically 3 image file types we're using for web pages now. Your book describes them in pretty good detail, so I'm just going to give you a visual of what the book is describing. We have the PNG files, the JPEG files, and also the GIF files. And I'm going to use Photoshop to demonstrate. I have this mountain. It is 861 kilobytes in size. And Photoshop has this great little feature. I'm going to choose File, Export, and Save for Web Legacy. And what I have the ability to do here in Photoshop is I can view it. Here's the original, 2-up, meaning I have two pictures showing or 4 versions of the picture showing. And the reason why I like to use this as a demonstration for class is to demonstrate the different file sizes. Here we have our original picture with 861 kilobytes. In this particular pane, I have a GIF file that's showing 167 kilobytes. If I had a 56.6, that's back in the modem days, but if I had a modem, it would take 31 seconds for that file to load. I'm going to keep that setting. I can change that setting, so you certainly have different ways. This is fairly old, but we're just trying to give an idea for the slowest bandwidth possible. In this pane, it also is showing a GIF, but I can come up to this drop-down box and select a different format. So another format that's popular is the JPEG. Now, JPEG is very commonly used with photos. GIF is not, and you'll see why in a minute. So let's click on the JPEG. And here we'll see that this same image, if we save it as a JPEG format, that compression will give us a 22 kilobyte size file, as opposed to the 167 file that the GIF compression algorithm would need in order to give us that kind of clarity and sharpness on that photo. And so this particular file is smaller, and it'll only take 5 seconds to download. Let's also compare that to the PNG file, which is very common. It's newer than the JPEG. And here we see in this case that in order to maintain that nice sharpness, this PNG file will take 77 seconds to download. So if I were to use this image personally on a web page, I would choose to save this file as a JPEG. And the reason for that is I know that that's going to download much faster on my user's web page than either of the other choices. So generally we use GIF files, and we'll see that on another video. We use GIF files for things like clip art and things that don't require a lot of information to give us a sharp, clear picture. And you'll see sometimes JPEGs are smaller and sometimes PNG files are smaller. But this is a nice way for us to look at the comparison, so we can look at the image and decide if we were to go down in size or choose a different format. Is this still the way I want it to look? Yes, both of those are pretty, but I'm definitely going to choose the JPEG in this case.